it's me, your friendly neighborhood Doug. Hope y'all's doing good. We got Sam in the chat, and we got Ash and Jackal in the chat. Hope you guys are doing good today. I'm doing pretty good. Been out running around. Me and Axel went for a walk, and then we decided to drive around and just be nosy. Went over to my brother's house and talked to him for a little bit. I hope y'all's doing good today. It's pretty nice out here today. You know, had some gloomy, poopy weather there for a while, but it's been really nice last couple days. We got Vicky in the chat. Hey, Vicky. So, I always let this run a few minutes till we get some people popping in, so I can talk about nonsense and whatnot. So I said I was going to start reading some of my backlog there and get into that. Last night I sat down and I read Soul Finder, which is written by Doug Ernst, and the art by Tim Lim. I think I might be turned up too loud there. I turned it down a little bit. Yeah, it's written by Doug Ernst, and the art's by Tim Lim, and the colors were by Brett R. Smith. And man, I really enjoyed that book. I was really looking forward to it anyways. I like Tim's art, and so I give that a read. And I wanted to pull that up real quick. Maybe we could look at it. Let me show off a little bit of this book that I got. It's fun when you got two completely different things there. Here we go. Sam says I should have Soul Finder when I return home next week. Yeah, man, this book is really good. It's got a good story. It's the kind of thing I like. It's supernatural. It's got good characters. It really pulls you in, and I really can't wait to see where the story goes. But I wanted to look over the Indiegogo, which is closed. But, you know, $33,000 with 917 backers. And this book really should have had more. It's really good. I can't wait for the next one. The next one is going to have Matthew Weldon doing the art, which is another awesome artist. And I can't wait to see what he does with it. But we'll just, you know... the story, we'll look at this real quick. The story. People have wondered for ages, why do bad things happen to good people? That is exactly what Father Patrick Redder, a Catholic priest who was wounded in combat during his youth, is asked at the start of Soul Finder Demon's Match. And it is a question he must grapple with after he becomes involved in a series of supernatural events. So, you know, here's some of the artwork. It's so good. Redder is the parish priest in the small town of Steepleton, Maryland, assigned to the tiny locale despite his expertise in demonology and the occult. Redder is often called upon by county authorities to advise on matters with religious significance. Things don't stay quiet for long, as a series of related deaths imply that a great evil has been residing in Steepleton, waiting to arise. And we can see here's this guy, he's coming to talk to the priest, and he's got a file in his hand. You see he's reading the book. But the art is good. Tim does a great job. The story is so good that you won't find yourself dwelling on the art. I mean, there's some cool stuff in Tim as a good artist, but it's like the art is here. The story just pulled me in, and the art was completely secondary. I found myself just like, I didn't spend a lot of time looking at panels. I would, you know, read the panel and go on. I was so into the story. I couldn't wait to move forward in the story and see what's going to happen next. Here's some more scenes. And we get into a little bit of his backstory in the book. And we see, there's another priest that shows up, and it's really good. I can't say enough good things about this book. Um, it's a really good story. So if you missed out on that, be sure when the second comes around, go ahead and get on in your Indiegogo. This is what you do if you missed out on it. You go to Indiegogo, look for Soul Finder, then you hit this follow button. I'm not signed in on this, so it does no good. But sign into your account, follow this, and anytime that there is an update, you'll get that update. So when they post their next campaign, hit that button, follow that, and I would almost guarantee you'll be able to pick up this issue with the next one. You definitely want to do that. This is a good story. Doug is a good guy. He's a good writer, and we need to support these good books and good people. And this is one I'm going to recommend. So if you can, definitely keep an eye on that. Good stuff. Good stuff. I have to look up because I'm changing screens again. There we go. Let's see what's going on in the chat here. Well, I just lost it. There we go. So, Ash and Jackal ask, has anyone been watching the new Netflix Dracula series? I don't have Netflix. I dropped them when they started supporting a bunch of stuff I don't like. Making shows about drag kids and stuff, and their gay Jesus and whatnot. I just, we couldn't have a gay Muhammad show, so if they're going to be like that, that's just me personally. You do what you want. I'm not watching Netflix. I'm not here to preach to anybody or anything like that. And Sam says, next one will do better. I'm sure Matthew Weldon is a beast. His stuff on Drawing Quartered is excellent. Matthew Weldon is a beast. I haven't bought any Punchline stuff, but I've been tempted to, just because he's a killer artist, and apparently he works really, really fast. So I don't think we'll be waiting on this book a real long time. We got Melter popping up in the chat. What's up, buddy? Ash and Jackal says still no Cyber Frog, by the way. Well, you might get it someday, If you hold out a little bit longer and you don't ever get it, you might be able to buy you a copy on eBay for cheap. Sam says, I got Cyber Frog, have not bothered to read it yet. Melter says, frogs hop slower than a crawling turtle. I should know, I'm a turtle. Sam says, T-Bird and Throttle coming to the finale will be good. I'll get the whole shebang then. Everyone's been telling you it's one of the best. Yeah, that's one too that I wanted to back, but I never did. I've got stuff I want to back, but I can't spend tons of money on books that I'm not going to get for till next year. So I'm pretty picky anymore about what I back. That's one I've been looking for, and I saw that Alterna is going to pick that up. So I might just get single issues when it comes out, or wait till they collect the whole thing or whatever. But that would be cool. Melter says, I'm just down to Funimation now. Maybe resub to WWE and Hulu once work drums up again. Yeah, pretty much I'm subscribed to Funimation, which I know that they've been doing some crappy localizations with some things. But still, I like animes, and that's one of the best places to watch anime. We got Some Old Metalhead in the chat. What's up, buddy? That's another book that I'm looking forward to when it happens, and it's going to happen because it's awesome, and that's Thrashers. So whenever Some Old Metalhead gets ready to relaunch that, I'm going to be there. I got a couple of songs recorded for him. I've got a couple things to finish up. I still haven't bought any headphones to record vocals, and I don't want to sit here and yell vocals and have the background music in it. But that's a book that I've been excited for that needs to get funded, because it's one of the coolest concepts I've seen in a long time. Sam says Punchline Trading's been out of print for ages now. Having an order from Amazon, no idea when I could get it. Yeah, I don't know. I like I said, Punchline didn't really look like my kind of thing, but I like Matthew Weldon, and everybody says it's good, so that might be one that I pick up. Someone Metalhead says soon on Thrashers. Whenever that happens, I will try to talk about it every day, and try to get my little part of the world to support that. Vicky says I backed the new Punchline Kickstarter for both trades. I missed out on that. Kind of preoccupied, and some of this stuff here around Christmas, I wanted the Garbage Man. I wanted to back that, but I didn't want to spend that money on that book at Christmas time. The dude should have waited till the beginning of the year to launch it. And I hope he relaunches because I really want that book, but it just wasn't a good time. I got my copies of Earthworm Jim, still haven't read those. Which, like I said, I'm working through mine. I read those Ghost Rider books. Then I read Soul Finder, so I'll read something else tonight, and I'll talk about it tomorrow. Comic books. We need to be talking about more comic books. Not just crapping on ones we don't like, but we need to be telling people about the good ones. And there's plenty of good indie guys out there that I like. You can avoid the ones. Pretty much if they're doing 6-hour live streams and complaining about other people and making fun of their art, probably not people you really need to be spending money on. Just find other guys who's putting out good solid work. And that reminds me, I got the tracking number to Mary Sue the other day. That should be showing up any time now. Really looking forward to that. We got Tony Sizzle in the chat. What's up, Tony? Tony is a cool dude. He is a good artist. I've been seeing some of his art. I'm gonna try to get him to do some art for me here soon. Tonic Moles popped in and he says, comic books, that sounds like nerd stuff. Yeah, we're just a bunch of nerds here. You know, I like comic books and guns and knives and cars and video games and dogs and camping, and I like a lot of stuff. I can talk about just about anything. Sam says 2019 really was not any less populated by campaigns than the previous year. I'd say the opposite. Sam also says I've been reading the first Goon Omnibus a lot. It is really something else. I've heard lots of good things about the Goon. Is that dude from Tennessee the guy that created the Goon? Or am I confused? Am I confused him with someone else? I don't remember. But that's one that I'd like to pick up too. I've heard lots of good things about that. We'll have to get Sam back on here. Maybe we won't have some technical difficulties. He's always got a handful of good books that he's picking up and reading. P.S. Melter says, Doug, got any good games to recommend? Most of the games I've been playing are old as poop, Melter. I think the newest game that I played, I turned my Xbox on the other day and played the Untitled Goose Game because it was free. I played it for about 5 minutes and laughed pretty hard at that and turned it off. Other than that, I've been playing my NES. I was playing Final Fantasy 1 and I cheated and used some Game Genie codes, and it was still harder than poop. So I need to turn that back on and get back into playing that. If I ever spare the money to get some video capture stuff, I'll start playing some Sega Genesis on here. I really want to start playing some old RPGs again. I want to play through Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy. And Sam says, very much from Tennessee. They make a lot of fun of him in the books for it. That's awesome. Got to support my Tennesseans. Even though half the people on Twitter I know from Tennessee are poop heads. I'm here. I'm cool. I'm not a poop head. Michael says something is killing the children from Boom is great. Wants in future from them as well. That's cool. I think I read some. Didn't Boom have the RoboCop license a while back? I read some of the RoboCop stuff I really liked. Pretty sure it was Boom. Might be confused. Ashton Jackal says I need an affordable artist to do 5 comic pages. I can't find anyone below $200 a page. There's a couple guys in here you need to talk to. 5 pages, you might be able to get. It depends on what you're looking for, what style you're looking for. I can hook you up. I know a couple guys who work cheaper than that, who are really good guys. There's a couple of them here in the chat. I don't know how much they'll work for you for the ones in the chat. I don't want to speak out of turn. But Tony Sizzle is a good artist. You got Tonic Mole there. He's a good artist. J. Paul Chic on Twitter. Look him up. Jeff Lastly, Lone Wolf Issue 1. Hit him up. So, you might be able to get one of those guys to do some artwork for you. There's a lot of really good dudes out there. A lot of them will work affordably because they understand that we're just indie guys. You can charge $200 a page, but where am I going to get $200 a page? I only make $10 an hour and work 40 hours a week. I can't afford to pay somebody $200 a page. I can understand if I raise $1 million on Indiegogo. That's not the case. And I really want to get away from crowdfunding. Melter being a turd there in the chat. Sam says 200 page. That better be some pretty good work. So, yeah, some of you hit up some of them guys there and get something made. If you want me to help you out, shoot me a message. I'll hook you up with some guys. I'm trying to get people to work together. At least get our work out there. Legends Lone Wolf is going to be terrible because I'm not going to make any money on that. Even though we're about to hit $7,000, I'm pretty sure we're going to be in the hole. I printed 2 variant covers, some posters, some stickers, and spent way more money than I wanted to. And I still got to print trading cards, bumper stickers, magnets, the actual books, the hardback books, the Kickstarter books. So it's going to be a mess. I just hope that I break even. But maybe after this first print goes out, I'll do a second print and see if we can't since the whole book will be done, see if we can't get some people to pick that up. Maybe do a cheaper print where it's on like a thinner paper with thinner covers, or on the high quality toilet paper or something, I don't know. I'm trying to come up with ideas. Got to get stuff done. Like to make some money, but I don't kiss enough butts to make money. I have this problem where I speak my mind, and I just don't really care. Sometimes somebody will come up with an idea and I'll run with it a little ways, and then I was like, nah, I'll poop on that. And I change my mind. It hurts their feelings, but I got to be true to myself. Drunken Deity's here with us. He says, I'll be backing you this week. Well, we appreciate that. You're supporting a bunch of indie guys. Like I said, we're not going to make no money, but, it's cool that all these guys wanted to write stories about my character and donate their artwork. So hopefully, we'll spread a little bit of love around there in the world. We got old Matthew Reese in the chat with us. What's up, buddy? It's one of my dudes. I like old Matthew Reese. He's a good dude. Um, he's got a good show, which I bailed on a couple weeks ago because I was sick. And I hate it because that's like my favorite show to go on. I don't go on many shows anymore, if you guys don't notice. I don't get invited on a whole lot of shows because people don't like that, like I said, I speak my mind. So, Reese says, Doug, you and I are in the same boat. Too much sass for the game. Yeah, I don't expect everybody to live up to my standards and all that, but I'm not going to support a bunch of people around acting like jerks, and I'm not going to support a hashtag or a movement that has no morals and calls out people for trying to stand up for what they believe. Sam says, I bet both the other two Dougs wouldn't mind having you on. I'd say not. They're pretty good guys. They don't, I think Doug's stream's mostly just a work stream, and so usually got people working. I don't draw, so I'm just there taking up space. But, you know, Matt Reese says, I'll have you on again for sure. Definitely, man. I need to have you on here. It just kind of, I know it's odd for people because it's during the middle of the day. I work nights, so I'm here all day. I should be sleeping most of the time, but I'm just like, whatever. Playing Nintendos and playing with the dog and going for car rides and shooting guns at stuff, and you know how it is. Well, you might not know how it is. I live way out in the middle of nowhere. I got it made. Made in the shade. Oh. I really need to be working on some songs and getting some stuff recorded. Matthew Reese says, I don't work most Fridays. Alright, man. We'll have to get you on. I'd see what's on the agenda for Friday. I don't think I have anything planned. We'll see how it goes, and I'll let you know. Maybe if you ain't busy this Friday or next Friday, we'll get you on. So, I used to play, you see my guitar here, I used to play music a lot. Wrote songs for years and years and years, since I was in high school. And, it got so crappy. Playing music with people, you got the guys that want to they don't want to put in any work, but they want all the glory. They want to show up to the show and play. They don't care if they practice. They don't care if they know the songs, the lyrics, or whatever. They think they can just do whatever and that everything's fine. And when I first started making comics, it seemed like everything was completely different. It seemed like, yeah, everybody's really wanting to do something and get stuff made and get it out there. And as time went on, it's the same old thing. You get the guy who wants to get all the glory, but he don't want to put any of the work. He'll write like 500 stories or draw a page or something, and then when it comes to promoting that or making sure everything gets done, they disappear. They're too busy, doing everything. And Tony says, play some Hank. Off the top of my head, I don't know any. I don't play a lot of cover songs, which I know is lame. Everybody usually learns a bunch of songs, and I just write a bunch. The only stuff I do know, I know like parts of Tom Petty songs and stuff like that. See, I can't even remember the dang song now. Yeah, I can't remember nothing. Yeah, but I've been kind of burnt out on the whole comic book thing here lately. I took a break from Twitter, just posting rarely here and there. Kind of burnt out on the Legends of Lone Wolf, just to be honest with you guys. You know, I had a whole bunch of people just crank out their work and get stuff done, and then I've got a couple people, and no offense to those people, there's nothing against them. I know they're working. I know stuff happens in real life, but I feel like I have to poke and prod and poke and say, hey, you still working? Hey, you know, we're late. Come on. And then I have to end up feeling like a jerk, and it just kind of, I'm going to take a step back. I was going to, I wanted to do this indie publishing thing and publish a bunch of people, help people make books, and I don't want to do that anymore. I'm going to help Six Scale Combat. I'm going to help him with his book, Napalm Brothers. It's an awesome looking book. Six has been a really supportive guy. He's done some stuff for me, and I'm going to help him with his book. I'm going to help him ship it and all that good stuff. But other than that, I'm just doing me from now on. And I've already got, I was talking to Jameson earlier, Lone Wolf issue 2. All 24 pages are penciled. They're penciled. So he's going to start inking those. I'm going to get him on some live streams, and he's going to start inking those while we talk about nonsense. So you guys drop in and check that out. We got Bean in the chat. What's up, Bean? Bean's one of my favorite peoples. Bean's awesome. If you don't like Bean, you can GTFO. That's all I got to say. Bean supported more indie comics than anybody. Bean's a good person. If you don't think so, you're a poop face. And that's what I had to say about that. I would sing you a song, but I can't think of any. I can't even think of any that I wrote. Probably couldn't sing anyway. I still got a sore throat. Well, I appreciate everybody stopping in today and talking about Soul Finder and just talking about things in general. Hope y'all's having a good Monday. Technically for me, Monday is Wednesday. And then I gotta work tonight and tomorrow night. Tomorrow night's my Friday. Tonight's my Thursday. Which technically it's Tuesday morning because I go in at midnight. So, whatever. I'm super glad to have caught the stream today. Makes being homesick worth it. Well, dude, I hope you get to feeling better. This sick crap is not fun. I was sick for over a week. Christmas night, I got sick. And when I get sick, it tears me apart. Yeah, you missed the Soul Finder talk. You'll have to go backwards. I pulled up the page and talked about it. Man, that's such a good book. Really dig that book. But I hope you get to feeling better, buddy. And I appreciate everybody that stopped in. If you don't mind, if you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that like button. Let's start talking about good stuff. You know, there's so much negative crap on Twitter. 6-hour live streams full of making fun of people because they don't kiss the right butts. Let's get out of that. Let's promote these good people. Let's talk about good writing. Let's talk about good art. Let's talk about fun stuff. I don't even care if art's good. If it's fun, that's all that matters. So, Matthew Reese's Soul Finder's on my short list for the best comics of the 2000s. You know, definitely one of my top books of last year that crowdfunded. It might be in my top. I might have to put it on one in my list of one of my favorite comics of all time. I don't know, it just completely resonated with me. Michael says, we got hammered with 40 centimeters of snow in the last 24 hours. I do not pity, well, I do pity you, I'm sorry. I don't envy you. I like snow. That's one thing I like about Tennessee. We'll get a little bit of snow here and there. Maybe a couple inches, you know, but it's never. When I was a kid, on my birthday, like when I was in 3rd grade, we had like 4 foot of snow, and it shut down the whole town, and I remember going sledding, and we had a blast. But, you know, it's not fun. Melter says the only negative thing I like is typo negative. That's right. Typo negative is awesome. Peter Steele is one of the greatest metal vocalists that ever lived, in my opinion. Got that really distinctive voice. I like typo negative, and I like Danzig. You don't like those, then I'm sorry, but they're good. Well, I've been streaming for about 36 minutes. That's about enough for me for today. I'm going to go read some comic books and chill out for a while. I appreciate everybody stopping by and hanging out. And I will talk at you tomorrow.